in the land is scheduled to hand down judgment on the constitutionality of the Electoral Act. Little-known NGO New Nation Movement wants the Electoral Act to be amended to allow independent candidates to run in provincial and national elections. Currently, the Electoral Act only allows political parties to contest. Ian says Linda Kugler is on that story. Linda, what's going to happen today?
Well, Jane, as we expect today at about 10 a.m., there will be that handing down of the judgment here at the Constitutional Court, essentially telling us that if individuals will be eligible to stand for the highest office in the land, which is the office of the presidency, what we know so far is that as things stand, the only people that can hold a public office are councillors, so it's local government. But the New Nation Movement is trying with this particular court bid to ensure that the independent people from political affiliations are then able to stand for provincial as well as national office, meaning that they will then be able to be part of the provincial legislature as well as the National Assembly. But I am not alone. I'm joined by, and I'll get this right, Ubaba Anthony Phillips Williams, who's just going to tell us exactly. He is, of course, part of the founders of the New Nation Movement. Who's just going to tell us what is it exactly that you're trying to achieve with this court bid.
Well, we know for a long time that that the Electoral Act has been unconstitutional. It's not in sync with the Constitution. It's nonsensical that you have at a local government, you've got independents standing, but you do not have the same provision, at the national and provincial elections. And so this is one of the things that, there's just no rationale. And so we need to fix that. And so that's one of the things that we are looking at. We also know that for a long time, in particular, I represent the New Nation Movement as a founder member, but I'm also here as an applicant, as the Indigenous First Nation Advocacy of South Africa, advocating for the voice of the Indigenous First Nation people to be heard in this incident for many years now, since democracy. That voice has been suppressed. And so therefore we are hoping that with this judgment, also this particular community, their voice will be elevated and they will find an expression in democracy.
And one of the things that you said was that the reason behind you guys trying to achieve this is because you believe that the parties that are governing in South Africa are not necessarily accountable to their constituencies, which is something that you guys want to achieve through this particular route that you are taking.
Absolutely. We now know that the political party become people who are beholden to the parties and not people who are protecting them. Therefore,